Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are a returning key speaker, hey y'all. So y'all already know the Freaknik documentary dropped yesterday. So I did have a chance to watch it and I want to talk about it. Freaknik, what a time to be alive, some would say. All I know is if I was born in that era, when it first started from like 1983 and maybe up until 94 before it started getting crazy, I probably would have been out there having me a good old time. Because from the documentary, it looked like they was having a good time. It was no violence, no crime, nothing going on. It was just like a big old block party and everybody outside having fun, doing their thing. So 1983 is where it all began. 4 DC Metro college students created this picnic and called it Freaknik for college students who didn't have the money to go home for spring break. So basically they created something that was for us, by us, which is black people. Now, I'm not going to get into the rundown of everything that, how it all was created and how everybody flocked. I just want to give my take on the documentary because I watched it and it seemed like from when it first began in 1983 up until maybe like 1994, it was all good. Everything was good. Times was good. People was just outside in the streets of Atlanta having a good time, hanging around, partying. And might I add, during those times, it was no violence, no gunshots, no, fighting. As far as we know from the documentary, everybody was just having a good time, unlike today's time where you can't go to a party without it getting shot up or people fighting and crazy stuff going on. I ain't finna hold y'all. From the beginning of Freaknik up until it started getting a little crazy out there, I ain't gonna say ratchet, but I'm gonna say until it lived up to his name and became freaky. Everybody looked good out there. Like hair was laid. They had the outfits on. The men and the women, they looked good out there, going out there just to have a good old time. So according to Uncle Luke, Freaknik then started getting freaky until he started coming out with his music down in Miami when he was out recording his songs and dropping pop that pop that. He claimed that's when Freaknik started getting live and it lived up to his name, Freak. But even then, they still was out having a good time. It was no violence, no craziness going on. Everybody was still just out partying, having a good time. It wasn't until the whole Olympics thing in 1996 is when Atlanta and Freaknik started to take a turn for the worst. So once the mayor started trying to clean up the city, as far as after the Olympics happened and things of that nature, that's when Freaknik started taking a turn for worse because, it was so much traffic, people wasn't having fun anymore, and then it started being like, it wasn't just college students, it started being older crowd and older men, and then it was a lot of sexual assault going on. It was a lot of, women being violated. Women felt like they was being mistreated. Even the men said that some of the men was out there violating the women, and that's when Freaknik just started going downhill. And eventually it ended up closing down for good. It ended up being canceled in 1998, I believe. But I must say, from 1983 when it first started up until probably like 94, 95, everybody was simply just out there having a good time and partying. And if I was born in that era, I probably would have been out there doing the same thing because they was having fun. And I don't see how anybody could be ashamed of what they were doing unless they was literally showing their behind for the camera and they got caught, and then now y'all on the screen. But other than that, I don't see why anybody would be ashamed of those times. But Freaknik definitely paved the way for a lot of other like events that we have around the world, as far as like Essence and the classics down in Orlando, and just other like big events that go on that have to do with black people per se. But anyways, y'all leave me a comment down in the comment section below and let me know if y'all watched the documentary and how y'all felt about it. And please don't come for me, because if I messed up some type of information, it's okay. Just watch the documentary. But anyways, also, if y'all is of age and y'all was down there at Freaknik, leave me a comment and let me know how y'all experience was. And then I will catch y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.